Truthfully in the building.
How can I still find that funny after all that time? I still do. I don't know why. Well, thanks for coming in. First person to take me up on the callback. There's a lot of people talk a big game, but don't actually come back in. So I appreciate you making the effort.
Glad to be here.
That's great. You want to speak into the microphone today, or
any chance to relive the night,
the glory? It's just over a month. It's gone pretty quick.
I've blinked. I've blinked. I can't believe the whole thing's over.
How much training have you done since that night?
Boxing training?
Yeah.
0, except for last night. We actually went down to Counterbalance.
Oh,
Shout
really?
out to Counterbalance.
Counterbalance. Major sponsor, Counterbalance.
Yeah, Glenn put the word out to come down and do a training session. It ended up as being me, Glenn, Mongie and Leah. But
I did see some photos of Leah actually there.
I was in that video, but I was like
off to the
huffing
side
and puffing on the side. Zhow's
the fitness gone since then?
Yeah, pretty good. I've done a few PT sessions. I'm back doing lifting weights.
Where's that?
At Zia Smetka in South Perth.
I have no idea. Did you tell me that last time?
Maybe
I don't know.
not.
Probably wasn't paying attention. Many, I think 20 of you came through last time. 20 interviews.
It was a big group.
It was a lot. Have you spoken to any of the people from there since then?
The blue chat's still continuing on a fair bit.
How's that going?
A bit of banter every now and then. We've actually organised a big catch-up next weekend.
Okay.
With both red and blue.
Did you go to the pool party the morning after?
I did.
Did you?
It wasn't the morning after. It was like the afternoon.
The afternoon?
Yeah, I think I got down there about 1.
How was everyone?
It was very mellow. Like everyone was pretty chilled.
It's got to be a massive come down.
I don't think I had my come down until like a week or 2 later. Although when I checked out of the Crown on Monday, I was pretty sad.
It's a big thing, isn't it?
It's huge. And the amount of times they told us like these 8 weeks are going to fly by. And then like even in the beginning of the last week, Glenn was like, you won't experience what's going to happen over the next few days ever again. He's like, just take it all in. He goes, you haven't even experienced like 1/50th of the whole experience. And then weigh in, checking in, rehearsal. It was the whole night just flew by.
Dude, you were quite lucky to fight early, didn't you? Because you were fight 5, is that right?
5, yep.
You and Phoebe, the rent collector. There's still a question about your nickname there. You want to go Riou.
Yeah. What's wrong with my nickname? I don't think you gave me any other options.
I probably didn't.
Worth it.
Riou. I don't know. I had some good ones.
I don't know, Riou. I just like a good rhyme.
Okay.
Although the rent collector was pretty good.
That was very, very good.
Because it ties in with her work.
Oh, it does. It does. And should we go through and tell me which fights you actually watched? Because what were you doing? Actually, sorry.
What was I doing? I have no idea.
Run me through what the preparation was on the day.
On the day. So I'm one of those people that still get excited for birthdays, Christmas. I'm like a little kid.
Nice.
So, of course, I was up really early. Like 5 a.m. or something.
Are you normally like a early morning person?
I am normally, but over that 8 weeks of training, I was definitely a bit later because I was training in the evening, so I needed more sleep.
Okay.
But no, I was up at like 5 a.m., which is not what I planned.
Did you stay at the Crown on the Friday?
No.
So you checked in on Saturday?
Checked in on Saturday. So I was up early Saturday morning, went for a walk just around the block just to kind of calm the nerves.
Oh, yeah.
Although I was feeling pretty good, better than I had done all week.
How did you sleep on that Friday?
Surprisingly well. It was from like the Wednesday the week before, leading up to that weigh-in, I was just like, my stomach was in my throat, like with nerves.
Yeah.
But then after the weigh-in, I was like, oh, I feel so much better. Had a nice big bowl of pasta, went to sleep. It was good. And then, so walk, breakfast, and then went to my girlfriend's house and she did my braids, as all us girls had our braids done.
I did see your braids.
I did like the braids.
They were tight as well. Yours were...
Mine lasted. Everyone kept on asking me because...
They were good.
I left them in with my dress because I was like, one, I can't be bothered taking them out.
Are they hard to take out?
No, it was just like I would have to do something else then with my hair and I didn't want to...
Can't you just like wet it, like wash it?
Yeah, but then I got to dry it and then potentially curl it again and make it look nice. And I was like, I don't have time for this. I want to go have a drink.
So I don't understand like women's hair. So you can't just take the braids out and like give it a comb or something and it's fine.
I probably could have left them and it would have been like a bit, I don't know.
Crimp.
I just didn't want to chance it because if it looked shit, then I would have had to spend the time to fix it. So I was like, I'm just going to leave the braids in.
Just leave the braids in.
Then all I had to do was chuck a bit of makeup on and I was good to go.
You didn't have
the night away.
You look like you didn't have any like. I thought at the end of the first round, I thought you had a blood nose. You did. Well, we'll watch the fight in a sec, but. No blood or anything on that?
No blood.
I thought you did because I was watching the videos going, oh, geez, there's some claret coming out your nose there.
No.
Your face wasn't too beaten up afterwards either.
Which was surprising because I'd had so many blood noses throughout the training that I was like, surely it's just going to bleed. And in training, obviously, I would stop, but I was like, nah, if I feel it bleeding, you know when you taste blood, if that happens, I'm just going to keep going.
Keep going.
Blow it out.
So ladylike. Big Bushman's in the corner.
Well, you've got to do that. I can't be a lady in the fight.
Yeah.
So
there wasn't too many like cuts or bleed. I know Stefano had a blood nose, and I saw Taff. Not Taff. Yava.
Yeah.
Yava had a lot of claret
yeah, I think
on
it
him,
was
didn't
all
he?
over him too.
There was a lot. I did see Owen's gloves afterwards, and they were covered in it as well. Jeez.
Yes.
All right, should we go through these fights?
Sure.
Let's kick off these fights, or else, geez, this is supposed to be booked in for half an hour.
First up.
And already
I'm gonna be here
we're
for a couple of hours, I reckon.
Lucky me.
I know, I'm good
Can't
value.
get enough.
First up, fight one.
Did you see these fights? Tell me
Yes.
which ones you saw.
So this one I did actually see. I was actually standing in the room with my tables to watch this one.
On the TV?
No, I was like in the room.
Oh, in the room. Oh, sorry, I thought you meant
Yeah.
like in the warm-up room or something. Okay.
No.
Keep
I
going.
used it as an excuse to see my two tables as
Yeah.
well. I thought I'd go and watch.
Did you have a tip? Are you going to just tip the blue team?
I was going to.
Blue team
basically.
all day. Okay, no worries.
Blue team all the way, yeah. No, I was very confident in Carly's ability. And I think I almost started to lose my voice after her fight.
Really?
Yeah, because I was screaming.
Carly's game plan was so good. She
just-
surprised me with the body attack. Something I did not see one time the entire night. And every time I went to your trainings and I watched, Glenn and Nigel would both do it and everyone would practice it. Just say you're going to jab. You know how they say if you're going to jab someone, so you fake, you feint, and then you strike. There was not one feint thrown through the entire card. And I was looking at your fight.
Well, that wasn't my game plan.
But you're with Phoebe, every time you came forward, because you were very, very aggressive in your fight, every time you came forward, she'd slap your hand. And I was thinking, just feint and get over the top of her. But no, no one was listening to me
I
on the sidelines.
wanted to go for those big head hits. Anyway.
Carly did well.
She did really well.
She did well. And when she got gas, she held a bit as well, which was very good
She
to get
took
the
in
win.
the deep breath and then she'd go again.
She was great. It must have been that ciggy that she wasn't having prior.
She's gonna kill you.
She was having one. I can say it now. She was having one, and her mate who abused me afterwards. Oh, see, I've had my hair cut. I don't know if she can see me, but next time, if I see her again, I'm going to say something.
Look, I did have a vape in my room. I won't lie. But I think everyone does that these days.
Not everyone.
In saying that, it's been a good few days since I've had one.
Okay.
It's next to go, yeah.
Sure.
All about
it's on
health.
the list.
It's on the list.
That fight was good. Second
a great
fight of the
fight.
night. Who we got?
Sarah and Steph.
Steph. Probably the only nickname that's more questionable than yours. Steph, the dangerous diva.
Hey, she's living the life at the moment.
She's
She's
going
over
well.
in Italy.
Doing well, isn't she? Yeah.
I'll be there later.
I don't know if she's going to have any time to enjoy it. She spent so much time on Instagram posting the photos. Jesus. I bet you just put the camera away for 2 seconds, Steph, and enjoy the damn holiday.
That was a good fight. Fight of the night for the girls. So well done to both of them.
They did so much better than I thought. Like, I didn't think I thought they were going to be okay, both of those girls, but they were exceptional. They deserved that fight of the night, and Steph.
They did.
Steph was so aggressive from the start.
Well, she said she's you're going to see her in the ring again. She loved it.
Really?
Yeah. Whereas me, no.
Oh, she just needs to get some more Instagram photos, probably, Steph.
Glenn said to jump in the ring last night, and I was like, no.
You're not getting back in?
No. To be honest, like to do that whole experience again,
Yeah.
I probably would, even though I really hated it.
What part of it did you hate?
Being hit and hitting, like the whole point of boxing, I didn't like.
Not an aggressive person.
No, I was completely...
Someone else said that to me the other day. I hope it's all right if I bring her up. No, I mean for her.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't mind. You can bring up whoever you want.
Jeez. Her name is Kimbo Slice Nicholson.
Oh, yes.
Kim, lovely young lady. And this is where I think Kim had it tough. Like, Kim is the same as you, and I guess the same as me. Doesn't like being hit and just not an aggressive person. So doesn't like hitting someone. Now, Kim fought Joey Paul, Country Power
yes.
Paul.
Because I've seen that fight because I think that's well over the socials.
And Joey I'm pretty sure she won some Australian junior title or something. I should know. Sorry, Joey, if I don't know what actual title you won. But she's had 3 fights, and I think she's 3-0 now.
Oh, wow.
So it's almost like Kim's come in, and Kim's a very good fighter. And it's almost like you were put in against probably, I reckon, I'd have to say Joey would be the best female fighter I've ever seen in a PCR. There's some close seconds. Jackie the Animal Toth, she's up there as well. Juddy, who fought a couple of years back, she's extremely good.
Marnie You Wanna Go, Riou, also extremely good.
The best, some say.
Some would say the best.
The GOAT.
Clearly.
But Kim Nicholson got handed a massive task in Joey Country Power Paul. I don't know what her nickname is now, probably not Country Power. And she's the same, because I asked her, do you want to go again? And she said the same thing. Is I find it hard to hit someone.
Yeah. Did not enjoy it.
No?
There was a few days where I'd finished training and cried just because I did not like it.
Can you switch the mind, though, in between it being an actual fight in the sense of trying to hurt someone and it being a sport?
Yes and no, but the moment I jump in that ring when we were sparring...
You're fine?
I'm going in there to hurt someone.
Did you have something that you thought about? Was there someone that you were picturing opposite you some ex-boyfriend or something that you've you look
the ex-husband.
you look the type. You look the type to key someone's car and burn all their clothes in the front yard.
Do you really think that?
Yeah. That's what I think of you.
Ask any of my friends. That is not me at all. That's the complete opposite.
I did ask your friends. They said you're exactly that type of person.
They said I'd done it. No, I'm not.
Not officially. Someone in a black hoodie just keyed the crap out of my ex's car. How did this happen?
Oh, my God.
Trying to get the paint off your keys.
No, that is so not my nature. I avoid conflict all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Some friends would say to their detriment. I'm like, see ya.
Well, you can box now.
Yeah, I won't use it though.
You just threaten people.
And I can shoot. I don't know if you saw that the other day. About the shooting range.
At Lone Star?
Yeah. I actually did very well at that. I'm like, people, watch out. She can box.
She can shoot.
She can key your car.
She can set fire to clothing. She can not get caught by the cops. It's amazing, this girl. She's unstoppable. Anyway, what are we talking about? Jesus. You think after all these interviews...
Joey and Kim's fight?
What
you think after all this time you would...
I'd have it locked away, because the longer this interview goes, the harder it is for me to edit. And they just keep going.
And you can't be bothered editing.
No, I'll just let it run. All right. What were we up to? What were we even talking about?
Fight 1, Fight 2, Fight 3.
Fight 3. Jeez, I'm glad there's only 15 fights on this card.
Leah, the bad bitch, my favourite.
I've already said this, but I'll say it again.
Another good fight.
Disappointed in Leah. She promised me the duck and the liver shot off the bat. Didn't deliver. Don't even get me started on Dan's moonwalk that he promised me. Oh, I was so bitter. I've only brought that up 100 times. What did you think of that?
It was a good fight. That one I was probably... Fight 3 and Fight 4, I was getting my wraps on. I was kind of... So I wasn't really watching 100%, but I have rewatched Leah's fight, and that was a really good fight.
Britt I think it's Nigel's coaching here. He seems to have... I think overall, if you were going for height, he'd have the taller team.
I'm pretty sure every single one
was taller. Yep.
Yeah, every single one was taller.
and people just use that jab so well.
And credit to their footwork as well, especially Phoebe. Like, their footwork was amazing.
You're saying all this nice stuff about Phoebe. Before I hit record, you were just bagging her out.
That is a lie, and she would know that's a lie.
It's not a lie. Britt the Bruiser did surprise me. I thought Leah. I think I tipped Leah in this one. And I sit on the fence, but if I have to make a pick, I do. And I thought Leah was gonna do this. Leah's got such a good attitude.
She does.
Such a good attitude.
Leah. She knows I love her.
I saw her at. I went to Good Vibes the other day. I just called in. I was coming past, and I thought I'd call in, say hello. Had a chat to Ben, and saw Paul. Primetime on Afaro. Mongy was there.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah.
Mongy, he gets around, doesn't he?
He does. He was there last night with his little sidekick, little daughter Mia, doing all the footage.
Good on you, Mongy.
Yeah,
I wonder if Mongy would fight again, because he got. Oh, geez, you got some inside info here.
Yeah, I believe he is. Sorry, Mongy, if that's on the down low, but I believe we will see him next year.
Who do you think would go again out of this card?
Oh, generally the people that win don't go back, do they? It's the ones that lose will go back and try and win. Well, I won't be.
I'm going to put it out there. I don't know any of this for a fact, people.
Maybe Jenna.
So, Jenna Greer.
I reckon she'd go back and do it again. That was a really good fight.
I reckon we're going to see a brother-sister combo in the next one. I don't know this for a fact, by the way, so if this is correct, I'm just making up like I do 90% of my stuff, I reckon we're going to see the two why can't I say their last name? D'Ortona.
Yeah.
D'Ortona. He wanted me to say it with an Italian accent, but to actually pronounce it properly. But if I do, I sound so racist. It sounds really bad.
Well, it's like me trying to do my surname with a French accent the way it's supposed to be.
How should it be? How should it sound?
Oh, I think it's meant to be Riou or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it better. See, I'm Aussie, so we say Rio.
Rio. I reckon we're going to see Smoke and Joe back. That one we'll get on to. Let's get on to this one because this is one I want to talk about as well. Tell me about that.
Again, so this one was right before me, so I was warming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any words. Look, I've rewatched it a few times. I thought it was a bit soft originally.
Bit soft? What do you mean, the stoppage?
The second stoppage I thought was a bit soft.
He did get hit with an elbow.
So when you rewatch it, probably from when I was watching
let's rewatch it. I've got it right here.
You can see...
Oh, geez, look at these two clowns.
Look at these two weapons. Absolute weapons.
Is it Carly? Is it Carly Stokes, is it? The absolute...
Self-proclaimed absolute weapon.
Weapon.
I'm going to be saying that all night next weekend, Carly.
I'm pretty sure she said to me, don't actually say that, which is the absolute worst thing you can say to me. What were we even looking at then?
Fight 4.
Fight 4, okay. With the ref, I know a lot of people did say this was early, and I only found out about this the night before. You know, with the standing 8 counts, you can only get 2, and after the second one, it doesn't have to be in the same round. Like a normal boxing match is 3 knockdowns in one round, and the fight's over. With this, 2 knockdowns or standing 8 counts in the fight, and it's over.
Okay.
I know that ref there, and he's good. I think he's very good. I think he looks after the boxer's safety. If this was a professional bout or an amateur bout, I think he may have let it go. But I think he saw something because he's right there.
He's right there.
He can see Joe's eyes. And I'm not saying he stopped it early. I'm not saying he should have let it go or he should have stopped it. I wasn't there actually. I couldn't see what he saw. But you have to back these refs, I think. So
they're there to protect us.
Yeah.
And yet, in that last bit, just before he jumped in, you see him hit the ring.
Hit the ring?
Yeah, if you go back a little bit. Oh, when hit the rope, sorry. My lingo's not there.
Okay, let's have a look.
You know, I don't really know boxing.
He is all with it at the end there.
He is, but when he first hits those ropes just at the end before he grabs him, it didn't look like he...
I wanted to see that one go 3 rounds, and that is not saying I wanted Joe to win. I didn't want Mason to win. I didn't mean it in that sense, but those two were very good fighters.
They were both very talented fighters, great footwork. And you could see, I think in the first 30 seconds, they were both just
Yeah.
It would have been a good fight. It was just
I think I said it last time. You know what Joe should have done?
what?
Spat that mouth guard out. You watch next because that.
Did we have this conversation?
Nah, I
feel
said
like
it because
we
we did a review on the card. Straight
okay.
after.
I was like, have we?
Yeah,
I'm getting deja vu.
spit that mouth guard out. You watch next PCR. If someone gets down, you watch the amount of they'll be looking around for me, and then they'll spit the mouth guard straight at me. So no, it's cheating.
At you.
Yeah.
And then you just launch it in the back of the room. Hit row 5.
No, don't do that. That's cheating. Don't do that. All right, let's get back to this. All right, so that fight there, we've gone through fight 4.
Now we're up to the main event.
Should we watch yours? Let's actually
let's
watch
get
yours.
into it.
Okay, let's have a look.
I've only watched this about...
How many times?
I want to say about maybe 20.
Let's watch it. Can you see it all right up there?
Yes, I can.
Okay, let's go.
Only seen it about 20 times. Just gets better.
Championship. CJ, how good was CJ, this guy?
Oh, he was brilliant.
So good. So good, CJ. You're doing a great job, CJ. Keep it up. I have to do the music for this.
I loved Phoebe's song.
Oh, I was so good.
Oh, in the rehearsal before I was walking out here, I was like, this is the best. This was actually my second option.
How comfortable is Phoebe?
Ah.
Like there was no news. All the people walking out was so calm and relaxed. Yeah. Normally there's like panic. Look at her dancing around, throwing high fives. They got the shorter walk to the ring as well. Did you notice that?
Yeah, but then they had to stand in the ring ready to go. I think I preferred being second. I was more nervous out the back, but less time to actually throw up when you get in the ring.
She looked so comfortable.
She did, yeah. She really did. But yeah, this song, one of my ultimate faves. I am seeing Shania Twain in a few months in London. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm off to Europe on the 6th of August.
For how long?
Oh, hang on, look. We've got...
Okay, hang on. Yeah.
We can pause it if you want.
No, keep going. Here we go.
Is Marnie You Wanna Go?
Oh, that speaker can't handle it. See, it came
Listen
out
to the commentary there. Just so good.
There's so much information that you guys get. Could you want to?
This was just the best fun walking out.
Look at you, so comfortable. I don't know what music you're dancing to, but it's not in time.
It was better on the big speaker in there.
Yeah. What's wrong with mine?
Not to diminish your $2 speaker. Oh look,
we have our moment.
Fist bump to
look how early.
Ashley. Fist bump to you.
Oh, look how early.
You were
so early.
keen.
If you left me hanging.
Should have just done a little slip or something.
Jenna did. I was like, for Jenna. She just walked straight past me. Jenna Greer. Those pants are high.
Oh, do you know what? Worst cut pants I've ever worn in my life. I reckon they're not designed for a curvy woman's figure.
How different do you look there? I think your photo that was taken at the start, I'm not giving you a hard time here, but the photo that you had at the start there and and how you look, there was the biggest change.
Yeah, definitely. More so in my face. And actually just everywhere, just leaned out. Zero movement on the scales though.
Doesn't matter. Scales can be very misleading.
Shows you though.
Very misleading.
Yeah, there's a photo of me like standing next to my cutout, and it's like
I'm
half the size.
Yeah, those pants. I wonder why they go silk pants.
It's not the silk. It's just that they're not designed for a woman.
I think they got those big elastic around the middle because guys normally wear those big guards.
Yeah. So where they sit on us is like basically our widest bit, and that's when our hips stick out. So it actually makes us wider.
They're not complimentary.
They're not.
I did get a pair of pants. I did get a pair of the red pants.
Parachute pants.
And I tried them on the other day. Why are you standing like that?
I don't know. I can hear you commentary saying they should be facing each other. But she pulled me to the side. I think she was trying to straighten us up to the camera, but didn't tell us that we still needed to face each other.
Did they tell you got to go back to the ring? How funny were those ring girls? Oh my God. Oh my God. Work experience, girls. Jeez. I can give them a hard time. Here you go. You're coming out. Let's get some volume.
By both fighters. Marnie's trying to get this in as close as possible.
You were trying to get in as close as possible.
I was. It was the game plan.
Very
It was
aggressive.
a good body shot there. I didn't throw many body shots. I probably should have in hindsight, but it wasn't the game plan.
Not one fake being thrown.
In this fight, willing to come up.
Not one.
Maybe you should have told me that.
Me, I stay out of it. I can't box, so I don't give anyone any tips.
Fun fact about Phoebe that I need to share.
We had Trent Peterson as the guest commentator.
Who's clearly a friend of Phoebe's. Known her for years.
He is a quality individual. I've got all the time in the world for that man. Big supporter of the PCR as well. But he was heavily in the side of Phoebe, which
Yeah.
I understand because he's mates with her and you want to see your mate win. And so I tried to, and didn't want to say I was like not on Phoebe's side. I was trying to stay neutral. But we sort of tried to lean a bit more towards you to even it out because Trent just took over.
Yeah, I was listening to a few bits of it, but yeah.
Do you think you lost this first one?
Do you know what? No,
Tell me.
I don't think I did.
The first round?
It's very easy. And I know she got... I thought I lost it because of how I felt. Not...
How were you feeling? Like, when did
She
it
got
first
me so
start?
good in, I think it was about 30 seconds in or 40. I need to watch it probably more closely. But there was a moment that she got me. I think it was an uppercut. And in the split second, I was like, I reckon I might hit the floor here. Like
Oh,
there was a
really?
moment that it I think it explains my sore neck the next day. But yeah, just a moment. But yeah.
Because you guys were snapping each other's head back there for a while, like a few times there.
She just had that reach.
She did.
She looks so much taller in some of... I didn't... Like, she's so much taller.
She's pretty tall. And what's the ref having to go at you for? Pushing.
I'm pretty sure it was resting.
Resting.
Like resting our hands on each other. Like when you punch, don't leave them there. Like
Oh, get them back.
A few times we were kind of resting on each other.
How were you feeling after round one?
I was glad it was over. The round one felt the longest.
Did it?
Yeah. I know that's probably a weird thing to say.
2 minutes, it is a long time, isn't
Very
it?
long time.
Were you breathing through it or was it holding the breath?
No, I was definitely breathing through it. A few moments I'm probably like sucking in the breath.
You
I
would have.
didn't mind taking... I know she threw a lot of jabs. That didn't bother me.
Did any of them really hurt? Like, I mean hurt. You said that uppercut sort of rocked you a little.
That was probably the only one, but no.
Nothing
I
hurt?
wasn't hurt. That's why I kept on walking into it. But, you know, as I said before, she had great footwork.
Look at that jab.
See, her footwork, I can't even speak because it makes me nervous watching this whole thing again. Yeah, her footwork was fantastic.
Coming with a big uppercut there. Let's get some volume in here.
Marnie's showing a lot of aggression here. Yeah, she is.
Marnie's showing a lot of aggression.
Yeah, she is.
He was in your side. The commentator, Alec, he was Team Riou all day. Dodgy guy.
Look, I did feel like I had good ring control.
Yeah.
She just did very well to kind of, as I was about to attack with a nice flurry of headshots, she would...
Know what she done? Faint. This point here, halfway through the fight, how you feeling?
absolutely effed, if I'm honest.
You've done 3 rounds, though, before in training.
Yeah.
How different was this to the 3 rounds training?
Absolutely nothing like training. Like, this is... I don't think you could train for this. It's completely different.
So
and I
much
know
harder?
they told us that
Yeah.
in training. Like,
A lot harder
Glenn
in the ring?
and Chris would just bang on about, you know, how much these 6 minutes will just... the
Last.
hardest 6 minutes of your life. And in your head, you're like, yeah. Okay, guys.
Did you have the adrenaline going?
I definitely did, yeah. I don't think I had an adrenaline dump, which I was really worried
Oh, yeah.
about. I was definitely exhausted by the 3rd round, but I don't feel like I had that full dump that they say can sometimes happen.
I did see one fighter a few PCRs ago, and he had it. And he's an excellent... He was a very good boxer, and you could just see how fatigued he was in round 1. Look at you going at it there.
Bang, bang, bang.
You are not looking happy there.
No.
That was tough.
I think there was a moment there at the end I might have to point out, but that's okay.
At the end of that round?
Yeah, I think it was the end of that.
What were you doing?
I wasn't doing anything.
You're just getting hit.
No.
What?
You can't record this bit.
Keep going.
There's a moment, and
I'll mute it because I got to keep it running for this.
There's a couple of times where she has my arms pinned down.
Why can't you put that in?
Well, I don't want it to sound like I'm making excuses here, but there was a few moments, like, not because I know you can kind of rest on the shoulder, but like my arms were stuck here.
You can hold.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to, but you can.
Yeah, and it happened a few times that were very noticeable, and it really pissed me off. That's why it happened right at the end there, and that's why my face looked like... Oh.
A lot of fighters use that very well because it takes a fair bit of energy to get your arms out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it did. That's why at the end there I was like...
I think Owen did that very well against Yavar, where towards the end there, Owen was gassed, and every time Yavar would come in, he'd lock his arms in, and he'd just frustrate Yavar.
You can definitely see the two different styles between red and blue.
The movement, I mean, this does remind me a lot of, I think, Kerry's fight, where Kerry had a lot of movement. I mean, Kerry didn't get the win, but she was just managed to use all of the ring.
Yeah. I definitely felt like I had more control, like muscling up and making her move.
Oh, a couple of good ones there.
But yeah, her footwork was very good.
Did you have what was your number one thing that you went to? Like, did you have a secret weapon in there? Like, was it a big overhand right or was it a body shot?
Big overhand right. I think I threw one body shot in that.
Yeah, that's about it. That's
I probably
normal.
could have thrown a couple more, but at the in the moment, all I was told and all I was focused on was that head. And I know when I landed them, it did knock her, but she just landed a few too many jabs, I reckon. Very, very, very close fight, though.
That reach, the whole red team just used that reach so well. She's
just throwing the jabs, but they didn't land, all of them.
I think they're fighting. You guys listen, like the fighters seem to listen
bang,
more.
Bang, bang, bang. I think it's about 8 head shots there. Well done, Marnie.
Your footwork was very good as well.
Thank you.
I did like how you always seemed like it's not like you were ever tripping. Same as Phoebe. It's not like you were ever tripping or stumbling or anything. You seem to be always quite planted quite well. Oh, no shake of the hands there at the end.
We kind of both, it was kind of like we're about to, but then
Great
the ref...
sportsmanship there.
No. We've chatted a few times since the fight, actually.
How did you get on with Phoebe prior to being her opponent?
Yeah, we got on well. We actually had been paired up quite a lot early on.
Yeah.
When, we weren't probably taking it as seriously as we should have.
How were the first few weeks? Was it just a bit of fun, was it?
I wouldn't say it was a bit of fun. It was a bit of a shock to the system originally. But in terms of we weren't sparring. We didn't spar in the first 2 weeks. It was just pad work.
Okay. Some of the guys were sparring, though.
Not in the first 2 weeks. I think it was in the third is when we started sparring.
Really? I could have had that wrong. I thought it
Maybe
came
I've got
down.
memory loss from too many hits to the head. I don't know.
That was a good right there. Oh, 2 of them.
Yeah.
How frustrating is it when you're lining up a punch and every time you come in, it gets knocked away?
Yeah, very frustrating.
It must just be so taxing on your arms doing that.
Yeah. I have to admit, going into this bit, I was pretty confident that I hadn't won.
Going into the decision?
Yeah.
Because yours was...
Because I felt shattered.
Because yours was a UD.
Although he just told me that I won. No, he didn't. He didn't. He said it's 50-50, which is what it was. So many people said it could have gone either way.
Let's have a listen. Back to you, CJ. He's such a good man.
He's just got the perfect sound for it.
Mex Electrical, major sponsor. They've been with him for many years.
My God, who's going to win?
To the Total Roofing Solutions red corner,
You took it well.
Yeah. Like it's only from watching it that I realised how much better that I actually did than I thought I did.
Do you still recall the whole fight?
No. Moments of it, yes.
Is some of it just lost like forever in the sense of just due to, because I know some fighters have been involved in a fight and they've won and then they have no recollection of the fight.
I have very little memory of the fight. There's moments, like I told you that moment that I felt that she...
Where she cheated?
When she got me so good that I thought I was about to sway and knock myself, pass out. It's a blur. It's a blur. It's the feeling. I remember the feeling. That crazy feeling.
How was it in front of all those people?
Oh, it's just incredible. Like the whole experience, honestly, I can honestly say it was the best thing I've ever done in my whole life. Yeah.
So many people have said that.
And that's why I've said how much I really hate fighting, but I could actually do it again.
Really?
The whole experience. And I've said how much I hated sparring and fighting, but it was just the most incredible experience.
How do you reckon you're going to go if you had to fight again? Do you think you'd feel under more pressure to win?
Yes, 100%.
Because there has been a few fighters that have come back. There was Kyle, the X-Man Atkins. He lost his first in the first round and then came back and he fought in, I think it was October last year, and he won. And he fought Richard George, who was a very good fighter, and I thought Kyle's going to have his hands full here, but Kyle just fought perfect and did well. So I think who else has come back? Will Cleggan.
The other
Marnie Faulkner. Mm-hmm. She came back and fought Jess, the worst nickname in PCR history, Jessinator Allen.
Hello, Jess.
I will bring that up every single time. So she fought the worst nickname. I think that cost her a point. That's right, she won.
Yeah.
There is someone...
I think there was a bit of controversy as to that win as well, as there's been in many seasons or many events.
Let me just say to everyone, if you are watching at ringside and you find it somewhat and you judge it some way, as I do, and then watch it back on the TV or on wherever, YouTube or something, and you'll score it differently. I swear the difference between where you're sitting, it just makes a massive difference.
I want to say this. Shout out to good old Ashley Bunny there.
Ashley
some
Bunny.
Great roaming interviews.
She did well.
Love her.
She's a handful.
She's brilliant.
When I heard Ashley was doing it, I thought, oh, Jesus. I thought, here we go. It depends on if she goes full Ashley Bunny. And she didn't. She had just a dusting of the bunny. And that was enough. That was enough for me.
She was absolutely brilliant. And we didn't know each other, but we do have mutual friends, and I know of her, especially after her performance with the what is it, that one piece that she wore to her own.
The weigh-ins.
The weigh-in.
I saw that.
That was brilliant. She's done a bit of a Perth twerk, which I have done as well. So when we got to meet in that last week, it's like, I don't know.
She's great value. Why isn't she? I'm talking her up now. God, I feel so dirty. Why isn't Ashley Bunny more popular on social media than she is?
I don't know.
She should have a bigger following because she's just that type of person that.
But see,
she's entertaining.
She is, but I don't know if everyone gets her sense of humour. No,
but this is. Can't believe I'm throwing out these compliments to Ashley Bunny here. That's the best thing about her is she doesn't care.
I know,
and that is the beauty.
I think we had a butt plug conversation the other day off the back of
I don't want
her post. Her post.
Her and Mongy, Jesus,
those two and Glenn. Honestly, I believe their group chat still blows up every now and then.
Could you imagine? Can you imagine those three? Just imagine the quality. Imagine the quality. Imagine what the sponsors would say if they could read some of that stuff.
Honestly, the language sometimes. Which is what happens when you're in like a male-dominated environment. You have to be like, guys, look, there are ladies present.
That's enough of that. What was I gonna? I can't even remember what I was gonna say. Because Ashley fought at the one in October last year as well. She's the one that came from a complete. I don't think she'd ever put a pair of boxing gloves on before to getting in the ring, and she surprised me. She did well. She's a handful, but she's fine.
She's brilliant.
What else? Okay, let's move on. Jesus, we are not going to have a quick half-hour chat here, are we?
No, we're clocking into the second.
What fight are we up to?
Fight
six. Jeez, we're not going to make this. Okay, fight 6.
Well, the rest will be quick because, like I've said, I haven't seen a lot of post my fight.
Okay. The infamous Jenna Greer against Casey the Wild Rose Greaves.
This was a great fight. I did watch this. I had a wine in my hand, first wine I'd had in like 12 weeks.
How'd that one go down?
My brother, because we couldn't get any service, like I don't know where all the wait staff were. They must have been about to serve food. So my brother just walked over to the table and grabbed a bottle and like poured me a bucket of wine.
Oh, because that's the best. You haven't drunk for 8 weeks and you've just had repeated head knocks.
Yeah.
So many doctors say, well, the best treatment is a bucket of wine.
I did have a whole Gatorade before I had that first.
Oh, that's fine. That just nullifies anything.
So it balances it out.
It's like eating McDonald's and having a Diet Coke. All evens
Some
out.
chicken nuggets. Anyway, fight 6. Jenna and Casey. This was a really good fight. This was, I believe, what do they call it? It wasn't unanimous.
Split decision.
That's it. See, I'm totally out with the boxing lingo. Split decision. Look, well done to Casey. She did fought really well.
Do you know the difference between a unanimous and a split?
No.
Unanimous is where all 3 judges believe that someone the same person has won the fight. That doesn't mean that person, like for example, yours was unanimous decision, but that doesn't mean that Phoebe won every round. So,
okay.
So Phoebe, I'm guessing, I didn't see the cards, but I'm guessing Phoebe won. They gave Phoebe 2 rounds and you won. But because all 3 judges scored it the same, it's unanimous. With this one being a split decision, 2 fighters probably gave it 29-28 to Jenna, and one fighter gave it 29-28 to Jenna, and the other fighter gave it 29-20. So the 2 judges gave it the same thing to Casey.
Right.
So
okay.
it's split, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not the rounds, the actual result. So that could have gone either way. I know Nigel was very, very nervous going into that. He pretended he wasn't, but he was nervous.
We missed it on my fight. There was a moment, and pissed myself laughing. I think it's you saying Nigel is looking very calm in the corner there, stroking his beard. And
no, it wasn't me. It was Trent.
And then there's Glenn over in the other corner,
stroking
something.
Stroking his stubble. That wasn't me. That was Trent Peterson.
It was stroking, and then it was just
silence.
Something. I thought
Trent
that was
Peterson.
Hilarious.
Trent Peterson, cable wise, everyone.
Quality commentating and
Major
sponsorship.
Major sponsor, cable wise, Trent Peterson. Gobsmacked. Major sponsor.
I'd be happy to be one of your guest speakers next round.
I don't know if I'm doing it next time.
Oh, I hope you are.
Some say I'm the best. Anyway, keep going. Next one.
Some say I'm the GOAT. Just depends on who you speak to.
I'm not the best. I'm just in the top 1. Next up, we've got Stefano.
Look, I'll be honest. I missed the next 3 fights.
The one where they misspelt Ustini's last name.
Yes.
Anyway, let's not get into that.
I think Elliot wasn't too happy about that.
Oh, Elliot had a few drinks. He was the most drunk of the night. Yeah, by the end of it. I saw him on a table at one point, and I could have because I was leaving because I was done.
I think we said goodbye when you left.
Yeah. I did, because I was tired.
I was also near the door, so it made it easy.
I was leaving, and then as I walked past,
it was midnight-ish.
I saw. It was after midnight. Jeez, I'm not sure. I'm not that old. Elliot was on a table at this point, and he spotted me, and I went, "This guy's going to take a running jump at me." So I turned and I walked, and you know that split second where you go, he's going to leave me alone or he's coming at me.
Yeah.
And he didn't. Thank God he didn't jump at me.
I have a photo with him and another girl. We were listening to country music.
What is this?
In someone's room just after the event had finished in a bathtub.
I did.
Fully clothed, just
I believe you.
listening to country music. Obviously, we weren't interested in the music that was being played in the room, so we were just listening to country tunes in the bathroom.
What goes on in those rooms afterwards?
Oh, I can't even say it. There wasn't a lot, actually. It's just a lot of people drinking and kicking on.
Yeah, sure was. I did check because I stayed there. And
Did you?
I did. I stayed there with my wife and kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we were in the towers, but we were on the other side. And I'm not proud of this, but I did check who was in the rooms either side of me. Like I loitered a touch just to have a look.
Whereabouts were you?
I was in the towers.
Yeah. So was that? I'm asking you, what was your room? Because then I can know.
Jeez, I know, 10th floor. Something.
Oh, your 10th floor. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
And then I
wasn't nowhere near there.
No. And then I did have a look and I was thinking it just depends. I don't mind if someone from the PCR was in the room either side of me, but it depends who it was. Like I was thinking, I want it to be someone who's like maybe a Sarah Cook or maybe Drew or someone that I could handle, you know? No, not that I could handle, but I know it's not going to
No room parties?
No,
Yeah.
no, it's going to be a bit more mellow, and I was happy that it wasn't. But
yeah, no, there was a few room parties. There was a few rooms shut down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Crown love that. The Crown love mayhem at like 2 a.m. This one, he was very emotional for Stefano to get the win. Tom Cardy, so close. I think that was a split as well.
That was one of my favourite names, though.
What's that?
The Tank Engine.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah.
Didn't it say Tommy the Tank Engine on the way out?
Oh.
I think it did. I'm not too sure. Don't know who did that. Anyway. Stefano. Geez, the Blue did. The Blue started strong.
Yeah.
And then
completely collapsed.
There was so many close fights, though.
Look, there really was. Like, you know, mine, Jenna's, Leah's, like those three.
So
could
many.
have gone the other way. Could have gone our way.
And Nige, he'll pretend he doesn't. He's not going to make a big deal of it. But the fact that the red team are now, what are they? They're about 4 ahead or 5 ahead. Nigel will be rubbing that in at the next PCR, like you wouldn't believe. Only because Glenn has just been relentless with it over about the last couple of years.
Yeah, because he was 3-0.
3-0.
And then it was a bit of a letdown. He had said he'd like it because I think we'd all been chatting about who was realistically going to win, and I think he did. Like, think the red could get up in terms of wins.
Anyone could. There was no one.
Yeah.
No one. I know someone said in one of those fights, I think it's later, Luke Dos Santos against Nathaniel. Some people said that's the only sort of slight mismatch, that one there. Fight 12. Was that fight 12?
Yes, look at your memory.
I don't believe that was... I think Nathaniel... Like, Luke obviously got the win, unanimous decision, but Nathaniel put on a performance. I reckon if he got hit with a couple of body shots, I reckon if he wouldn't have been hit with that, Nathaniel was a red-hot chance. I was very, very impressed with Nathaniel's work because Luke is an excellent fighter. I think he's a good fighter. Very, very smooth and looked the part as well. So that's just my opinion. They both did well. All right, go back.
We all did well.
So you got Stefano. He got the win, which was a great win. Next up we have Drew and Taff. This one could have gone either way as well. Drew had the kids on his socks. I saw that, Drew. And Taff.
I didn't see this one.
You didn't see it?
No, this one I was probably up getting changed.
How long does it take you to get changed?
Not long. I think I was in my room for maybe 20 minutes.
Okay, that's nice.
But once my fight was over, I know I was ready to party.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. So Taff got up. That one was another very close one. Anyone could have won these fights, so close. All right, next up. So we got fight 9 was
9.
the housemates. Easy Bake against Doomsday, who lied to me. No moonwalk.
Easy Bake.
Not that I'll bring that up ever again.
Ovens, I love that. Some people had some really good names.
Did you watch this?
I was watching a little bit of this one, yeah.
I think Easy Bakes surprised me more than anyone. I thought Daniel was going to not win easy, but I thought Daniel's got to be the hot favourite. But that one was that close. If it went the other way, if Riley Ovens took that, I wouldn't have been that surprised. There's bugs in here.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, so they
It was a good fight, that one.
That was very...
It was actually a very enjoyable dynamic
yeah.
the whole way through. being housemates. It was quite cool.
It would have been hard though,
Yeah, definitely.
because it's hard enough finding someone that you don't know, whether it's someone that you live with.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I could have forced
Nah.
Oh, depends on who they were.
You girls, I know, you girls like. Next up, the old boys. The old boys, Johnny, the ball bomber Henderson against the Tomahawk, Steve O'Taylor. Steve O'Taylor, he did the only bit of not showboating, but did you see him in round 3? Very loose, moving around, very comfortable in round 3.
I did enjoy his little walkout. He did look like he was ready to.
I think Steve enjoyed it more than most. Steve-O, he did well. But Johnny Henderson, I think Johnny Henderson's mid-50s. He's been training with Kyle Atkins a fair bit as well. So that could have gone either way. I think that was split. I can't even remember.
It was a really good fight.
They were close. Next up, we got fight 11, which was Serge.
Gotta love Serge.
Serge, he didn't have a full camp, did he? Serge came in late. I'm pretty sure Serge came in at about week 4 or week 3 or week 4 because he works away.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Like I said from the beginning, it was really, I was focused on the girls early on. So
Sean did well.
Terrible teammate.
Sean surprised me. I actually thought Serge was going to.
Sean's the one that had a full couple of fun tables.
Newcomb against Hollywood Hale. Did you see that?
No, I didn't watch that one.
I should put all these fights up, shouldn't I? Should do.
Can you just put them up today so I can watch them all?
Should do. Nathaniel did well. I did chat to Nathaniel prior in the hotel, and he was looking good. He was looking confident. So, but Luke just looked very fit. So good on him.
He did well.
Next up, Owen against Ivar. Owen's had a full health kick now, hasn't he? I think he did. Didn't he do the
HBF run? Yeah, I saw that.
For a reason. His knees look sore.
Look, that was a really good fight.
Yeah, and Yavar's nose. Jesus, that shirt of his was a mess afterwards, wasn't it?
I'm surprised mine wasn't like that because I had been bleeding throughout the whole of training. So
Alex against Wiley Scott.
Alex got the win.
He did get the win.
Was a very, very, very good fight.
How do you reckon it was for those guys at that hour? That was late.
Yeah.
That was about 11:30.
I don't know how they did it.
No.
Like, to fight that late.
Because you couldn't have been relaxed, could you?
Yeah.
You would have just had to be nervous the whole night. You would have been exhausted.
Had to have a sleep.
Could you sleep, though, during the day?
Probably after the rehearsal.
Was that 3?
4.
4?
Yeah, and then had to do a weigh-in.
Mm-hmm.
You could then probably go and nap.
Why'd you have to weigh in?
Something we had to do for the...
Is it so you didn't put on too much weight or something?
No, I don't think the actual result mattered. It was just had to be done.
Okay.
To record it for the actual day.
I think there might be something. I know there was something with professional fighters where you can't gain more than a certain percentage of weight afterwards because some guys used to cut, 10 kilos, make weight and then put it all back on straight away. I think there's something in there. I don't think any of you guys were going to be cutting 10 kilos to get in there.
No.
And the main event.
Oh, the main event.
So nervous. I was so nervous. Did you know? I knew, the thing is, because I knew what Ronnie had planned afterwards. You know how he got...
Oh, yes. No, I didn't know. I didn't know that.
No, there's only about 5 of us that knew probably more than that. I like to say 5 to make me sound extra special.
I think it was a very small group too. It was probably 5.
These are both these guys came in and they were both great. They were both, wonderful guys.
Obviously, I was going for Breezy, but...
I thought if Breezy... it was funny because I think from what Glenn says, Breezy has been the hardest hitter through the PCR. There was a guy a few years ago called Dylan the Quokka.
The Quokka.
Quokka. I can't think of your last name. Sorry, Dylan. I forgot that the other week as well. And he had a massive right hand. Now I've seen how hard Breezy hits.
Similar to my own.
Pretty much. He hits about 80% of what Wanna Go Riou hits. And I thought,
when she lands it.
I was more worried not about who was going to win. I was more worried that if Breezy did get one of these punches through and if it did land and really cause a problem, how that was going to affect Ronnie's proposal afterwards to his fiancée.
The stars aligned for Ronnie.
He's so, I thought he was a good fighter, but he was so much better than I thought.
Yeah.
He just fought this perfect fight.
I think having, obviously, the proposal
Yeah,
would have given him something else.
I think so. But
mentally.
But even if you are that focused and that committed to winning, if you get hit,
That's true, yeah.
it doesn't matter. And Breezy, I don't know, you haven't seen the Breezy fight?
No, I haven't. I was watching it, but like...
I should put these up, shouldn't I? Okay. There's this one moment in this fight, I think it's towards the end.
I agree. Breathing heavy though, boys.
Oh, Jesus. Massive. How's the chin on Breezy,
That is
though?
a chin and a
hang
half.
on, we'll come back in.
Takes another one as well.
And he's started giving it back.
Okay, so this is in the final round. This is probably about halfway through the last round, and they're tired. And you have a look at this overhand that Ronnie hits him with, but it's more how it doesn't even move Breezy. You watch Breezy get hit with this thing.
Heavy though, boys.
Oh, Jesus. Massive. How's the chin on Breezy?
That is a chin and a half.
Didn't even rock him.
Takes
Wow.
another one as well.
I think his head hardly moved.
You look
I
at-
was looking at Breezy's right hook that he was throwing.
You look at Ronnie lean into this punch.
I agree. Breathing heavy though, boys.
Oh, Jesus. Massive. How's the chin on
And
Breezy?
Brian-
Chin and a half.
Didn't even
And he
rock
fights
him.
Takes
back.
another one as well.
And he's started giving it back.
You would have had the best angle
So
for
that
that
there-
too, 'cause yeah, you would have seen that.
Because it hit him and the spray came up, like actually came back. And I actually thought Breezy was a chance of coming through the ropes. I thought, is he still conscious? And Breezy just shrugged it off and goes,
Yeah.
no, I'm fine.
Insane.
Unbelievable.
I probably would have been throwing it.
I would have been. I didn't feel well after that fight.
And then the proposal. So
The proposal, it was great to top it off.
Oh,
I did
what a
have
night.
I did have some questions actually in here. I don't even know.
Any questions you want to ask?
Pretty much gone through all this anyway. I was going to say, how did you feel about your performance? Like, were you happy with it? I know you didn't get the win, which was unfortunate. It was a very close fight.
I was very happy. I walked out of that going, there is nothing else I could have done.
No.
So I was very happy.
Could throw a few feints in there, maybe. Maybe got a
Whereas,
bit of
like, in
nickname.
terms of like training, like I went in with a game plan and I did exactly what our game plan was.
Yeah.
It just didn't work on the night. Phoebe was better.
Was it sort of the same game plan that maybe Carly had?
Yeah, I'd say so. Obviously, I didn't have any. Mine was just going for the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, just going for the head.
But you guys, both the shorter fighter, you were constantly coming forward that whole fight.
Yeah,
And it was just that jab.
yeah. Probably could have thrown it, like watching, I probably could have thrown maybe a few more body shots, but
We're fine.
there's only so much I can retain in my brain when you're fighting, so head was all I had in there.
The next day, how did you feel?
A little bit tired
Yeah.
because it was a big night.
Oh, okay. Do you think it was more due to the alcohol consumption or the actual fight itself?
I was like, I think I said to you earlier, like I was still riding like a high from the whole experience that took a while to disappear. Even though I was probably feeling a little bit dodgy from a few too many wines, but
A few too many buckets of wine.
bucket, no, just the one.
Bucket.
Had the one bucket from it. Thank you, Jacob. The one bucket of wine.
Yeah.
The rest was just probably one water, one
One
wine.
wine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But no, I felt, yeah, I was fine. But yeah, there was definitely a few people missing from the pool the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did get an invite down there, but I was like, no, I've had enough of you people.
Yeah.
I've had enough of this crew. No,
what
you
a crew though. What a crew.
you bonded so much with that crew now. And you know what? It'll be 5 years from now and you'll probably run into them and you'll have conversations about this night.
Well, I was feeling crook yesterday, but I was like, nothing was going to stop me from going to throw a few punches last night at Counterbalance.
How was it getting back in there?
It was good.
Did-
It felt really nice walking in, even though it was just, like I said, it was just Leah Mongi and Glenn, but it was
must be-
still really nice.
It must be good to have that skill now Because it's really like everyone thinks, oh, yeah, I can fight. But actually having that skill and actually being able to confidently fight has got to be a good thing.
Yeah, well, when I was just, throwing punches on the bag, I was like, straight away, I was like, oh, it's like riding a bike. I can do this. And then, like, pads with Glenn and Glenn's calling and stuff. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can do this. I've done this before.
Are you gonna?
It's only been a month.
Do you think that you're going to go back to boxing? Like, even if it is like training boxing, not saying get back in the ring, but do you think there's some? No.
I was doing Rumble beforehand, but that's not boxing.
No, that's more just for fitness.
So I've already stopped that just because I went and did a class and I was like, it's not the same. But we're going to continue doing a weekly catch-up down at Counterbalance. Yeah.
Because you're in South Perth, aren't you?
I'm in Inlow, so it is a bit of a trek for me. Okay. But it's nice to catch up with everyone.
Yeah, it is a trek down to Borragain. I did it yesterday. Put on such a performance.
Did you do it during peak hour traffic? Because that's when I did it.
No, I think I went down there about 11 in the morning, caught up with Craig.
I got there for 6 yesterday. So that was
6 a.m. or 6 p.m.
So
oh, Jesus.
Straight through peak hour. But that's what training was like. It was a bit of such a mish.
I'm pretty sure they're going back. They've got to stay at Counterbalance for the next
Hopefully
one.
They did such a good job.
Surely. They're good. That whole family. There is rumour. I think I spoke to Leonie, and there was rumour that Xavier was looking.
Pretty sure that was during my fight.
She said
it. Yeah.
How old is he? He wouldn't be 18, would he?
I think so. I think he's 18.
Jeez.
19.
That'd be.
Well, he'd have to be because you can't. I presume you can't do.
You can't do a PCR.
Yeah. Unless you're an adult.
12-year-olds in there. That's what they should do. Set you up to get the win and get something young.
God, to be 18 again.
Any tips for the new batch coming through? Because I believe there's been an excessive amount of applicants this time around.
Really?
From what I hear.
I hear that's every time.
Some are more than others. There has been a couple of them that I'm aware of where the numbers were lower. Still obviously more than enough fighters. But I think a lot of people will put their hand up for it, but when it comes time to actually do it, I think a few might drop out. And you've got to pick the right people as well, because all you need is that one person who's a bit of a dick that can wreck the whole thing. So
we were so lucky. I think our whole team, both red and blue, were just incredible.
I haven't seen anyone.
Blue especially. I think we really bonded.
Here we go. Blue team.
Blue team for life. I bleed blue.
I think I've been involved with 4 or 5. I don't know how many. It's been a few. It's been a lot. And there's no one in any of the that's at fort that I wouldn't feel comfortable in having a one-on-one with, in the sense of I haven't met any dickheads.
Yeah.
And I'm
sure they're out there, but considering how many people have done it, that's
saying something, because they don't know what kind of people they're going to get. And if it is a bit of not an alpha male thing, I mean, boxing, I guess, is notorious for big egos and that kind of thing. So
I don't think that person would last in the environment.
No.
Like, they'd probably drop out the first week or two.
I don't think Glenn and Nigel tolerate it either.
No, that's the thing. That type of person probably wouldn't.
Wouldn't make it through.
No.
Wouldn't make the cut.
Don't think so. But yeah.
I don't know.
What was your question?
I think, have you got any tips for this next batch?
Not tips. Oh, yeah, I suppose tips.
Tell me.
Get your cardio up before it starts. Obviously, we discussed my injuries. I didn't have training. I wasn't really training leading up to the start of the 8 weeks. But definitely get your cardio up.
You can't get fit enough in that 8 weeks, can you?
Oh, well, you can. But there's only so much you can do in 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't have gotten any fitter in those 8 weeks.
Is that the fittest you've ever been?
I'd say so. Yeah, in terms of like that kind of fitness. It's just so different. It's completely different. What else?
What could someone have told you to have changed things? Like, what would you want to done differently?
Oh,
is it taking it all in? Do you think you took it all in?
I don't think I did from the beginning. It just goes so quickly. Then all of a sudden you're like, halfway through training, and then all of a sudden you're at the end and you're like, where is this all gone? It's like, it does just go so fast. I'd love to go back and do it all again and take it in, but...
Sounds like someone's going to put their hand up for the next PCR.
I can't do the next one because I'm going to miss 6 weeks of training. Because
you're going to be away.
I'll be away, yep.
Maybe another April next year.
Oh, I don't know.
Can you imagine that? God, can you imagine you coming in here for another interview?
Oh, the torture.
Jeez, the torture. Would you use the same nickname or would you get something good?
Just throw in that massive dig about my nickname again. I don't know. I'd have to come up with something better,
Something
obviously.
good. I'll think of something good.
Oh, yeah. It's so funny. Like I said the whole way along, I would never do it again. But that experience was just the most amazing thing I've ever done.
It's great that the guys give you the opportunity to do it.
It's amazing. Honestly, Glenn and Nigel and like Chris, Mongie, Craig, like everyone that helped us out. It was just like a lot of those people just giving up their time for us.
When I sat down with a lot of the guys and girls prior, I did actually always mention, I hope you're going to be able to take it in and just appreciate what you're doing because of how rare it is to do it. What could someone have said to you at the start or maybe 2 weeks in that would have made you actually take it all in? Is there anything that someone could have said to you? Do you want to pass on any words of wisdom?
You think you're taking it all in,
Yep.
but like you're not. It's only like with hindsight you look back and going, oh, you can't. I suppose you need it to end to look back on how amazing the experience was.
Yeah.
Because you don't realise how good it is when you're in it.
No.
And
You
how
almost
bad it
wanted
is.
just the night to come, but then...
Yeah, that was one thing I kept on telling myself, like, don't wish the night to be there. Like, don't wish it to be over. You don't want training to finish because you're wishing away time. You can never wish away time.
Do you think you'll enjoy it more a second time?
That's just probably the one reason why I wouldn't do it again is because
You'd have expectations, and if it didn't live up to it, it'd be
Correct.
tough.
because I'd never done anything like this and I had zero expectations, like even like to win, like I wasn't going, of course I was going there to win, but that wasn't going to, like,
You would have if you didn't hold your arms down.
would have if I threw an extra few
Cheap.
punches, but landed a few more, or if the judges got to look at the replay.
Taking that point off, yeah, no worries.
What were we even saying?
I don't even know. We can just go off topic. What would if you're doing it again? You don't have to do it again.
So if I was to do it again, I'd be almost hesitant to do it again because I would have such a high expectation on the experience and potentially it wouldn't live up to it. Although, let's be honest, it definitely would because it's such an incredible experience. But because I had no expectations or never done anything like it, it just completely blew my mind. Those last few days from the way in, checking in, doing the rehearsal and just experiencing the whole night. It was just incredible. I was just on a massive high for so long. And when I did come down, I came down really hard. I was like so depressed. I was like, I'm sad. I miss all my teammates.
It is hard.
What's my purpose in life?
Honestly, it must be hard.
It was, yeah. And a few of the previous fighters definitely said that you'll feel like the post-fight blues.
Yeah.
I definitely did. But you just look back and going, what an incredible experience. And I only feel like that because it was such a high. Because what do they say? The higher the highs?
The lower lows.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if you did it again, your focus on winning would be higher and that may take something out of it?
Yeah. I'd probably do it a little bit differently. I'd say I'd train more, but I wouldn't train more. I'd train probably differently and I'd start that cardio training earlier.
Just start it now.
Yeah, get on that. It's on the freaking assault.
Assault bike.
I was on the assault bike last night, and I said to Glenn, I said, "You better be joking," because I thought I was done with that machine.
Yeah,
I hate that machine, but
it's good for you.
Manly got on it. Mongie was gassed.
He's always
think he had to spew out the side.
Maybe that's
so
it.
good.
Maybe some of the guys. But then, I mean, I spoke to Kyle when he did it again, and he said that, he enjoyed the second one just as much.
Yeah. I'm sure it's just so incredible that I'm sure that you would.
I think the next couple, I think we're going to see a few people come back. I reckon we're going to see Smoking Joe back.
Yep.
I think his sister Kiara may come back,
Ooh.
chasing 2 titles,
Oh.
double champ. And wouldn't mind seeing Trent the Hood Pope Hallwood back in there, Mongie in there again. Those two fought each other.
Yeah.
I reckon Brezzy will be back.
Look, I said I wouldn't do it, but pretty
Imagine.
much my arm's twisted. Like, Glenn goes, Marnie, do you want to do it? I'll be like, yep. Sign me up. Just not the next one, because I'll be rolling my way back from Italy faster.
I wonder how it goes training, because this one you train through summer, the one that you did there. But this one that's coming up here, which is, I just did check it out, it's only 19 weeks away, which is not far.
No, I think it's even sooner than that.
It's 19 weeks. I've got it right. Look, can you see the TV behind you? It's in there. Right there. 19 weeks and 2 days it is.
Oh, that's when the fight is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you meant when training started.
Oh, no. I think training's going to be longer this time.
Oh, is it?
I think it's 10 weeks. I think.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's right. But if that
Training is so intense. Like Glenn and Nige had said, like, you know, they've done it longer before, but there's only so much you can do, and like you can't start the sparring too early because
people start getting hurt.
people start getting hurt. People like myself, like if we had started sparring in week 1, I would have been like, see you later.
Yeah.
Like I think when I came in here last time, we'd only just started sparring, but if we had started that from the first week, I actually probably would have dropped out.
Yeah. It is something different when you do actually get hit.
So, yes, I'm away for the first 6 weeks of training of this next one.
Do you reckon you're going to go to the next one? As a
Yes,
spectator?
definitely I'll be there.
Oh,
Definitely.
I think people do enjoy that second one, being able to watch it from the sidelines and appreciate it more.
Yep.
I know Elliot of Steenie was enjoying it the
He
last one.
definitely did. Yeah, no, I reckon there'll be a bunch of us. We'll all get a table together.
Okay.
I might go ringside this time.
Ringside
Yeah,
seats.
I'll pay the extra dollars.
Just sit next to me at the commentary desk.
I won't say much.
Isn't that? I just been making fun of people's nicknames. You know how I do it.
You do a lot more than just
I don't know.
take the piss out of people's nicknames. You wait around for fist bumps.
Oh, yeah. And Jenna Greer just left me hanging. I just stood there like that.
I didn't even see that.
Oh,
That'd be
well,
funny.
I'll show you that. I will show you. Jenna, the infamous Greer. Where's your fight, Jenna? There it is there. Now, because the blue team, the ring was put in the wrong spot.
I've heard it was meant to be the other way, so we would have had equal walks.
Yeah, because the fighters never walk past us. And also, I think it's got to do with, because we had the blue corner right next to us, as in on top of us.
Yeah, you were.
So that was
I was standing in the ring. You're there.
yeah. So that was I'm not too sure, but anyway, let's just have a quick watch of Jenna Greer. Actually, just give me an absolute custard pie here and give me nothing.
Of supporters, friends and work colleagues who are here tonight, getting very vocal
Ready?
for this one.
Here he is.
It's almost like she could see you early on, so she's gone around all those people to make it look like she didn't want to.
Left me hanging. I think I did actually say something. Hang on.
Jenna is extremely comfortable here, guys. She's got a mammoth.
Work colleagues who are here tonight, getting very vocal for the infamous one.
She left me hanging.
She left me hanging.
She did leave you
She
hanging.
did leave me hanging.
She was in the zone.
She was playing a bit of Pour Some Sugar on Me from Def Leppard.
Yeah.
She was up there.
Did you see? I think Glenn had like a bottle or something. You sprayed
At
at the
the
top
start.
of the stairs. Yeah, what a walkout.
Yeah, and got all stuff on her before she even walked out. Just covered in God knows what. Is that it? Let's have a look.
Just like her opponent, Jenna had nothing but praise for
There.
He
Look at
obviously hasn't sprayed a champagne bottle before, because that is not how you do it.
Oh, come from an experienced champagne drinker there. Look at it.
me.
Look at it all down the front of her. How happy is Jenna Greer?
Oh,
great
what a
lady.
feeling just doing that. Oh,
Her partner was out of control on the night as well. I saw him at one point with his tie around his head like
Good
a
on him.
headband. Good on him. I wonder if Carly's mate had a go at him because he didn't have a headband on. Or was that just me?
we love you, Carly.
Your mate's questionable. That's about it. 1 hour 50. What happened? Oh, yeah, 30 minutes. We'll knock this off in 30 minutes.
Who have you got coming in next?
No one today.
No one today?
No.
Okay.
That's why I said I can do more than one in a day, because I didn't think you'd gas bag for this long.
Oh, come on. It's definitely a joint effort.
I got Johnny Henderson, I got the Ball Bomber, and I got Mason coming in tomorrow, so that'll be
That'll be fun.
That'll be a day.
You need to do a bit of a timeline for those to get through them quicker.
I can't make fun of their nicknames, and that took up half of this interview.
It's just quality banter.
That's about it, mate.
Thanks for having me
Once again, thank you very much for coming in.
My pleasure. I'll
think-
see you in October.
I think last time I said, after the fight, if you ever want to come back in, you can. But this might be it for us. We've had our moment. We had our fist pump on the way in. We've had our follow-up. So
You've had enough of me now, unless I come back and do another PCR.
Maybe you could sit in on one of the interviews next time.
One of these interviews?
Yeah, like you sit on my side here.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
If you want to do that?
How about I give an interview?
You do the whole thing.
Yeah.
You can take...
You just have to do all the controls.
What, press record?
The big record button there, yeah. And the sound and the...
Jeez, I can imagine you doing it.
Anyway.
Thanks for coming in today. It was great to have you back in here and to experience the Fight 4 of the night once again. You were Fight 4, weren't you?
Fight 5.
Fight 5. That's what I meant. Just checking.
The GOAT.
And all the best for your Euro trip.
Thank you.
In a few weeks from now. Going to catch up with Steph Little. Tell her that... No,
I think we miss each other. But there's a few of us over there. Carly, I think, is going. And Sarah.
Okay. You could meet up with Steph and talk about who had the worst nickname. All right, mate. Thanks for coming in. Wish you all the best, and I look forward to seeing you October 7. If you want to be a guest commentator, just hit me up. We'll get you right next to me.
With a champagne in my hand, for sure.
A bucket. A bucket of champagne.
Just the whole bottle with a little straw.
Yeah, show me how to spray it. Yeah, nice. Just ruin all the computer. Thanks for your time, mate, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.